Welcome to the third video in our series. In this video, we will discuss 2D terrain, line of sight, cover, obstacles, and actions. Remember, if you use 2D terrain, you may need to interpret how line of sight will be determined. It is good practice to discuss these options prior to the game. So in this example, we have the Kemvar leader and the CCC medic. The Kemvar leader is behind 3D tire terrain, while the medic is behind an object on 2D terrain. It's clearly visible that both models have line of sight to each other. However, if the players agree that the 2D square object is 3 inches high, for example, neither model will have line of sight. Before we get into the actions, let's briefly discuss line of sight. If you can see the base of the model from the model performing the action, you have line of sight. Currently in the example, both the CCC model and the Kemvar model have line of sight to each other. Likewise, if you can see the model's head from behind a wall or window, you will also have line of sight. In this example, the CCC medic has line of sight to the Kemvar leader because he can see the model's torso and head. When discussing line of sight, it is important to note how cover is determined in the game Mercs. Simply, anything that provides an obstructed view of the target is deemed as granting cover. In the following example, if these two models were shooting at each other, they would both be granted a cover bonus from the wall. Now, is it possible for one model to gain cover while another does not? Yes. In order for a model to gain cover from a shared piece of terrain, they would need to move within one base length of that piece of terrain. So now, you can see that the USCR leader would gain cover from shooting by the CCC leader. However, if the USCR leader fires upon the CCC leader, the CCC model would be deemed out in the open. Obstacles differ from cover in that cover is a barrier through which a model can be attacked, while an obstacle is a barrier or elevated piece of terrain that prevents an opportunity to attack. We have placed a rather large piece of ruins on the table. Since the models don't have line of sight, nor are there any means of attacking, we would classify this terrain as an obstacle. Let's quickly discuss what are deemed as actions. Each player can choose between one of 3 actions to perform during his or her turn: move, combat, or a hold action. You are allowed 1 move action or 1 combat action in your turn, not both. In your combat action, you can shoot your weapon, use a med kit, a repair kit, or perform a combat class maneuver, which we will cover in a future video. This will conclude the third video in our series. Thank you for watching.